And welcome back, softball fans, to another edition of the Pelican Softball Report. It is our 2026 high school softball season previews, and delighted to be with back-to-back state champion head coach of Quitman. It is Justin Dodson. And Coach, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Look, it's always, we got to visit with you some last year on the run to that state championship game, and it's certainly always a pleasure. And I know that it's a busy time for you, so I thank you for taking the time. But let's jump right into it. Back-to-back state championships. First of all, congratulations.
I appreciate it. It's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and I'm glad to finally get it done the year before last and do it again last year.
And look, anybody that says that, well, it's Class B, it's a small school, you guys don't shy away from anything. You look at your lineup and your schedule and your roster. I don't think there's anybody that you won't play.
No, we'll show up and play anybody, but I mean that's what the regular season's for, is to prepare you for the playoffs. If your regular season's harder than your playoffs, then the playoffs become easy. So.
Look, that's certainly there. There's a look on your screen at your back-to-back state championship team. One of the keys off of there, of course, is Callie Deal that is gone on it. But that's a good-looking young team that you have there, and a lot of them will be back for a run at a third.
Yeah, we had two seniors, the Carly Huckabee, who played second, and then Callie pitcher, and then everybody else come back, and we're adding some younger group. I got like 4 freshmen and 5 eighth graders coming into this team. So we should be okay.
You had look, I love the coach speak. We should be okay. You guys are gonna be really good. There's no doubt about it. But that's one of the things that has to work itself out. You know, we saw Hallie Kate do wonderful things last year when she needed to. And there are a number. Take me through some of those youngsters that are there.
All right, so you got Hallie Kate, who plays third base, first base, really anywhere I need to put her. She's coming back. We got a lefty pitcher in Brenna Lampkin. She's a sophomore. She's coming back. We got our center fielder, Briley Bowers. She's a sophomore. We've got Anna Claire Leach as a junior. She'll be a shortstop. And then you got Maggie Guyot, who will play some third, maybe short, second, first, wherever we really need her. And then she'll also pitch. And Maggie's going to Louisiana Tech after this year. She's the only senior I got.
Yeah, and we've got a copy of that. And she committed to Louisiana Tech last year, and we got to spend a lot of time visiting with Maggie, of course, and was saving her a little bit till the end of that. But she is, we'll jump in and we'll talk about her. She is a spark plug for that team. I mean, I don't ever see her motor quit running on there, and she's just as good off the field as she is on the field.
Yeah, she's a good person, which makes everything easier whenever you're one of the better players and you're good people to be around. And she's a good leader for the team.
One of the things that we saw in that championship game and down there at Frash Park was the ability to hit the ball in the gaps and do that. And Maggie did that. Brenna does that. Hallie Kate, of course, does it. But it seemed to find the gap and run the bases well too.
Yeah. She can hit it hard, and she's smart on the bases, and she just does a really good job.
What does it do having a senior like Callie last year and having Maggie this year that are going on to that next level that helps some of these younger players just come up and realize what the tradition there at Quitman is?
Well, I mean, even before that, you had Madison Chaplin, who went on to play at Northwestern. Right. And, you know, those younger kids see that, hey, there's a pathway. If I want to pursue this, there's a pathway to get there. And the older girls help them out. They always do. And, you know, if you've got a couple of girls on your team that are really good that college coaches are looking at, well, then those college coaches come and watch you play, and then they see the other girls on the team, and they get looked at as well.
They definitely do. One of the young ones that sticks out, and we hear her name across when we talk about this Quitman team, is Brenna Lampkin. Tell me a little bit more about her.
Well, Brenna, she didn't pitch as many games as she'll pitch this year last year, but when Callie got hurt, Brenna stepped up.
Right.
Uh, she took West Washita to like 9 innings. She pitched the whole game, and she's getting stronger and stronger. When we played Zawali, I think last year she had like 13 strikeouts, and Zawali made it to the semifinals. When we played Stanley, she pitched against them, and we beat them. And the year before that, when she was just an eighth grader, she pitched against them, and we beat them 7-2. So Brenna's coming along. She's a lefty. She spins it pretty good, and she's getting stronger and stronger.
We've had this conversation with a lot of coaches, and the answer has resoundingly been the same. How much of a benefit is it to be able to have those young players, those seventh and eighth graders in your program and to develop them throughout?
Well, one thing, like most of the girls on the team now started when they were in seventh or eighth grade. Like one of the most important players on the team for us is Kinsley Ponder. Kinsley's been the catcher since she was an eighth grader. She's coming back. And when your catcher is the same person, your pitchers get used to them. Me as a coach, I know how to communicate to her without saying a word. We use the in-ear thing, and I can tell her words just quickly, and then she can get it to the whole team. So she's been there since she was an eighth grader. Maggie started as a seventh grader. Hallie Kate started as a seventh grader. Brenna's played since she was in the eighth grade. Briley's played since she was in the eighth grade. Anna's played since she was in the seventh grade. It instead of a 4-year high school tradition, you get 6 years out of them. So your sophomores are more like seniors almost, and juniors. I mean, it's pretty nice to have the younger ones step up and play.
Look, it is. I'm looking up and down your schedule now, and you guys jump out of the gate with LaSalle. Of course, you're in 3 of the tournaments. Your own hosting one of them at the end of March that will be up there for that big one. But Ruston and Washita and Grant, who's perennial there, Buckeye is there, Gina and Kiet Cooper come to town, Darbone Woods and Tioga and Alexandria to wrap things up. I'm telling you what, you don't shy away from any of it.
No, and see, like in our tournament, the one we're hosting, we're going to play Ponchatoula, Archbishop Chappelle, teams like that. And then we go down to Acadiana's tournament. We play big competition. We'll go to Sulphur's tournament, play big competition. We played Centermall there last year and Southside.
How do you get all those North Shore teams to come all the way up there?
Well, I got good relationship with the coaches. So
right.
We host, in my opinion, the best tournament in North Louisiana for high school softball. We have like 26 teams coming, and it's from 5A all the way to C, and then from all over the state.
Well, we're excited to have received your invitation to come up and straighten that and be a part of it, and are looking forward to doing that. So we'll have one field throughout the tournament, looking for some really good games.
We got them.
Well, that'll be fun. All right, Coach, let's take a look at this season. And we've talked about some of the players that have been those household names. Who's somebody that is under the radar, maybe that we haven't heard that's going to be somebody that contributes for you this year?
Well, I mean, I've got probably 5 or 6 girls that have a chance to step up. Avery Watson, Amelia Staggs, Anna Pardue, Charlie Newton, Kinley Leach, and then I've got a host of freshmen that I haven't really seen a whole lot of yet because they've been in basketball. But all of them have a shot to take one of those positions and run with it.
Look, that's just an abundance of things, but it's one of those things that you've built their equipment so people want to come and be a part of it on there. And what's the rec league and that like there, and these girls getting into it so early?
Well, I mean, our rec league is I mean, it's rec ball, but we do a really good job in Jackson Parish with building up the rec league. But I would tell you, most of the time, these girls, they're out playing travel ball all the weekends, and they get a lot of reps in. So the Jackson Parish Recreation Department, which I'm a part of now, It has a nice facility, and a lot of kids want to play.
And that's the number one thing, because you'll see some kids getting burnt out by it
Yeah.
because it's not a good, favorable environment
Mm-hmm.
for them. And whether it's a travel, whether it's a rec, whatever it is, and by the
Mm-hmm.
time they get to their sophomore, junior year, they don't want to play anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. I've had several of them that make it to their older years, and they're like, I'm done," and it happens. But you know, most of the time when you create a good culture, people want to be around that, and they
Right.
don't want to leave.
Let me ask you this, and we asked another coach the same question on there. You get those girls in as seventh and eighth graders, and now they move into their junior and senior years, and
Mm-hmm.
they're driving now,
Mm-hmm.
and they're noticing boys a little bit more now.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult is that to handle?
Well, it's tough. It's tough. But like I said, if you create a culture where people want to be there, there's not many things that can take it away. So, I mean, it does take some that maybe they feel like they should play more, so they're going to get out. But for the most part, if you create a good culture, people want to be around it.
Well, the culture is evident in your fan base too. Just a
Hmm.
rabid fan base made it down to Frash Park this past season. Of course, we just didn't see it the year before. But tell me about that community and the fan base and those home games there, Quitman.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they get behind you. You know, whether it's baseball, softball, track, basketball, even football at Jonesboro. You know, the whole Jackson Parish family gets behind each other, and it's pretty fun to watch.
Coach, it's very difficult to get that first state championship. Then it's you
Hmm.
got that target on your back, and
Yeah.
going back to back is a battle. And that was a couple of tough games that you had down there in Sulphur this year. How do you go back there and three-peat?
Well, you got to believe in yourself first, and after that, you just take what you've learned and you put it to practice. And like I said, if you make your schedule tough in the regular season, the playoffs is not as bad. So that's what we're going to try to do.
If you've got a couple of games on your schedule that you're circling and saying, "Hey, these are ones that we're really going to get a lot out of," what do you think that is?
Most of all the tournaments, you know, because you play one on Friday and then two on Saturday, and you're going to do that in Sulphur. You're going to play one on Friday, one on Saturday, and so your tournaments is where I circle those and I'm like, this is where we need to see what we got.
There you go. If you had to tell me one thing that you've seen over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years in the softball game that's changed on there, what is that?
Mm, I mean, the biggest thing is like girls seem more prepared by the time they get to high school and stuff than they have before. But I mean, it's just competition. You know, they enjoy facing good competition versus running from it.
And that's something you talk about, the culture that does that, but that rolls
Hmm.
over. And you talk about travel ball. You talked about, or
Hmm.
we talked about the rec ball as well. Do you have, and I'm seeing a noticeable trend that a lot of these young athletes are listing their travel ball teams on their social
Hmm.
media and not their high schools on there.
Yeah.
We talked last year, there's something about having a Quitman state championship versus the
Hmm.
whatever trophy championship it is on there. Do you ever get anything saying, well, this is what my summer coach says I need to do?
Well, yeah, I've heard that, and look, I'm good with whatever they decide is helping them. I'm not going to say that one way is the way to do everything, and if they can get some advice from travel ball or hitting coach or pitching coach or whatever it is, I'm good with that. But if you win a travel ball World Series state title one week and then go to another one the week after, whatever it is, it's not as important to the community as it is if you win a state championship with your school, because then you're immortalized, you know, for forever in that school, versus you might win a World Series in Georgia and then go play another World Series in Colorado, and nobody really thinks about that. Now, as far as the recruiting side, I do like travel ball does help with recruiting because those coaches can go see them more in the summer versus them playing high school ball and coaching a college softball team at the same time.
Yep.
So there's goods with both. And like I said, if they get recognized from travel ball, great. If I can help them in high school ball, great. It's all about them. It's not about me.
Look, that is such an amazing take on it, and it is the right take on it. There is a steady balance, and it's evident these coaches are not recruiting
Mm-hmm.
the high schools anymore. The college
Mm-hmm.
coaches aren't, because when they get to these showcases that have gotten so
Mm-hmm.
big in the Indianas and Californias and Colorados, you've got
Yeah.
all of the talent right there, and you can
Yeah.
see over a 7 or 8 game span. You don't have to worry about a rain out or whatever it is. They're able to see all of the talent, but that steady balance, I think, is where the success comes in.
Yeah, and as long as, like I said, as long as they're getting better and they're enjoying the game, I'm good with whatever they do.
There you go. Coach, remind us again when your tournament's coming up.
March 28th, 29th at the Jackson Parish Recreation Department.
All right, looking forward to it. And some of the teams that you have in that.
I can tell you all of them. You got Ponchatoula, Pineville, West Monroe, Florine, Hahnville, Archbishop Chappelle, Weston, Hicks, Claiborne Christian, Gina, Oak Grove, Calvin, Sterlington, Caldwell, Darbone, St. Fred's, Airline, Monterey, Calvary, Halton, LaSalle, Ruston, West Washita, Montgomery, and Quitman.
And how many different fields is that going to be on?
It'll be on 4 different fields
4
over 2
different
days.
fields. Well, we'll be on one field and look for you to rotate some good games in through that field, and we're looking forward to coming up there. Coach Justin Dodson, we appreciate you taking the time with us. Looking forward to visit with you some more throughout the season. But again, thank you for taking time to be on our 2026 preview.
Thank you, and thank you for what you do for high school softball. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Guys, that's going to wrap this one up. We have been visiting with back-to-back state champion head coach from Quitman, Justin Dodson. Looking forward to a great season and what they do for a three-peat. Stay tuned. The next episode is just around the corner. We do this weeknights at 7:30 p.m. It is the Pelican Softball Report. For Coach Dodson, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.